On today's exciting episode, we'll be upgrading our iron golems. Plus, we'll be naming and building Antioch's shield. And of course, we'll be picking up where we left off from last week. Naming the Striders. And adding our last 3 OGs. Plus updating the OG wall for the final time. It's episode 31. Time to leave Antioch. Suppose we better run the titles. Picture this. An 11-year-old vanilla Minecraft world. Welcome to Mauvais Adventures in Minecraft. So welcome to part 2, or episode 31, of us finally saying goodbye to Antioch. So let's get ourselves back up to the surface. Got ourselves some iron. Because we need to update our iron golems. So what I've decided to do with the iron golems, obviously we don't want to be losing any of our OGs that were named. So I have done this with them and moved them all over here. So obviously you've got Logan Vortex, Ethan, Mason, Calab, and the very tired looking Seleucus Nicator the first. Now let me just show you something. Well, you notice the iron golems, they're all slightly different colours. Now that is because of the degradation, how much they're damaged. Now let's have a look at Seleucus, who seems to be the most damaged here. So we've got 64 iron. Let's start feeding him. There goes 1. There goes 2. There goes 3. And 3 is also. Seleucus is back too. Okay, let's try Calab. He's got 1. And that's it. And I'm guessing Mason's going to be the same. Nothing at all needed for Mason. Ethan, he's good. And last but not least, Logan Vortex. 1, 2, 3, 4. Logan needed a 4. Okay then. Right, let's pop up to the statue of Atlas. Now, as you know, I am planning on eventually releasing the map of this world. So everything that I leave in the location is literally left for you. And here, that was our Mauvais Adventures in Minecraft armour that we arrived in Antioch. Obviously we've now updated it and we're using the Antioch armour. SPQR meant that's because that was made in Rome, which we have yet to visit. Nether 2. Right, why is that there? You may have noticed in the previous episode when I was saying how this is Nether Armour version 2, I originally made it with a diamond helmet. And obviously you need a gold helmet when you're in the Nether. So that's up there. The Sword of Thassos. Bow of Thassos, which has been a brilliant bow. SPQR2. So we've had that pickaxe all the way since I was in Rome quite a long time ago. Thassos 1 and the Antioch 2 shovel. They are here for you. When and where? Have a little look over the front here. There's also a partial ship built. Should we have a look at the ship? Let's have a look at the ship. Take you down. Let's see an iron golem there. Again, not finished. I might put a little bit more in the base of the ship. This ship here is literally for the overspill. So the aim of it, of course, is as it fills up with all the extra ingredients, the ship itself will then fill its cargo up. The ship has no name, and we've just put the front of it in there. So we're going to leave that as it is for now. OG wall over there, we will be visiting the OG wall. Let's take a look from the top of the tower. One more thing to show you. Oh. Before we leave, and of course go down to the treasury, the hidden room. Now, I don't know if any of you have guessed where the treasury is. I will be revealing that in a YouTube short, so I'm going to film it as part of this, so you'll have to keep your eyes out. That one could be in a couple of weeks' time. I'm going to deliberately do that, just to give you something to look forward to. So do have your guesses, put your guesses in the video, and then obviously if anyone's lucky enough to guess correctly, we'll give you a shout out on the video. One last look over Antioch, and I want to take you, let's just drop off here. So I wondered if I'd landed on him, would that have given him any damage? Right, we missed any OGs. Recraft. No, I don't believe we have. Obviously, if I've missed you, Igmag should be here somewhere. I think Igmag got himself a job. Let's have a look down here. There's a... there you go. Igmag Noodle. Obviously, training up as a mason. So you can see we've got the brick, we've got the clay balls, which we've got a few of, and obviously we'll now do the chisel stone bricks. Thank you, Igmag. Right, I think that's it. Right, one last thing I'm going to show you, and then it's time to update our shield, because we're going to update the shield before we leave. This is put in over the weekend just gone. For what will eventually be an island that is one complete forest. Okay, so we're saying goodbye to Antioch. Do leave comments, some of your favourite bits. We've had some good adventures here, but it is time to move on. It is time to leave Antioch. Obviously the 4 horseman helmet up there. So we're going to name our shield. We're going to put some enchantments on the shield because we've got some XP there. We might need to buy a book or two if we haven't got any of them. And then it's time to go. It's time to wave goodbye to Antioch. Right, let's name this shield then. So, Antioch 1. Okay then, so we're going to want mending. I'm going to try and see if we can put on breaking on this shield. Mending. Something else I wouldn't mind trying to see if we could put on the shield would be potentially arrow protection. Actually, let's see if these will go on first. I know that mending will. I'm not sure if unbreaking will. We know that mending will. Unbreaking will add to it. Excellent. We know that mending will. That's exciting. Yeah, we want to try and see if we can get projectile protection on the shield. Because at the end of the day, that's going to be the main thing that we'll be projecting ourselves off, is projectiles. I'm not a big shield user most of the time. Right, we believe that Felonius has got a projectile protection. He's got a blast. There he is, 41. Right. We haven't got enough emeralds. Okay then. So let's go down to the. So here we are in the treasury. Right. We've got gold to drop off. I could turn that into a full one, but I'm not going to bother at the moment. We'll drop that iron up there. That's good. We're going to want one of those for Felonius. That can go up there. 2 of those go up there. That's quite nice to see. Also drop up our arrows. And we need to make some room for iron horse armour we'll put upstairs. Right, this is one we definitely need to make. And we'll place him there. And we'll go there. With the glowstone, which I do particularly like, a little bit of glowstone. Those we're going to put upstairs actually. I think we need him. Right, so. Not doing too bad. We never did manage to get any 64s of diamonds. We kept using them.
A few minutes later.
And then we can check out the shield. See if it will take it. Oh. Right. Silk touch, blast protection, projectile protection. Let's just take one of those. Okay then. We'll see if this can all be put together, because that will be one very impressive shield then. Protect us from anything projectile. Let's have a look. Will projectile protection go on? This is where we find out. No, it doesn't. That's a shame. So we'll get the unbreaking and we'll get the mending on there. That's going to cost us 2. And place that on there. That costs us 6. But we now know we have a super shield. Right. Now, we've got 3 OGs that we're going to be naming as villagers. So, let's get the name tags in and start putting in the first name. These will obviously be added, and these will be the final OGs to be named in Antioch. Almost ready. Okay, so let's get up our first name. Melwich Official. And then Dan, the Enderman. Again, thank you very much, both for being members of the OG. And last but not least, a fellow YouTuber, Rex Ross 1461. Okay then, so let's find our 3. We obviously need to put up the signs for those guys as well, so we're going to look for the first 3 namables. Let's have a little look around. Let's have a look. Ah, here we go. Melwich Official. Congratulations, Melwich, and welcome to the OG. in villager style. Let's have a little look, see if we've got any up here. We've got 2 more to name. Yes, we have. However, he's got a job block. Not there. Okay, so I'm going to give this one to Rex Ross. Now, Rex Ross is a fellow YouTuber. There you go, Rex. Now, the reason being is, you see, Rex, as you may or may not know, if you need to look back a couple of episodes, you were actually captured as a zombie. So we'll just take that boat out, which will free you two. Rex Ross is now out. There's plenty of beds, guys. Go find a bed. And we're looking for our last namer, which of course is going to be Dan the Enderman. Dan, there you go, sir. Okay then. So, let's put them up by the temple. Let's put them up by the temple of Zeus, like all the other names. Let's come through here. So we've got 3 to name. So we first got Rex Ross, 25. Well done, Rex Ross. Dan the... Don't know how much of your name we'll get on here, Dan. And then final for today, we got Melwich. Okay. Now we just need to update the OG wall. And then it is time to leave Antioch. This will be the final time we'll be doing this, and we'll be adding literally our final member of the OG to the OG wall. We're going to get some sleep first of all though. Obviously, yeah, this is a survival world, so we have mobs, and they will kill us. So let's just hop down to the end, and for the final time, we will be adding an OG. Okay, so we've got our final OGs. Well, probably our final OGs. You literally have until midnight on the 13th of July 2025. If you put a comment in on any of the videos before then, you will also join the OG wall. Dan the Enderman, congratulations and welcome to the OG wall. Obviously, previously named as villager. And then currently, the final one, another fellow YouTuber. So do check out his stuff. Big shout out to Rex Ross 1461 and welcome to the OG wall. Brilliant. So there we have it, our last OGs. So there we have it, our very, very last OGs going on to the OG wall. We had room for one more, but it's time to go. So the OG wall's been updated. Check see if there's anything exciting in Dromon 1. No, nothing that we're gonna we're going to add, we're going to leave that there. We'll take that extra boat with us actually. Take our last walk through Antioch on the way out. Give a nod to our iron golems, Seleucius the First Nicator, Calab, Mason Echo, Ethan Blaze and Logan Vortex. And we head across for the final time, the Antioch sign. Give a nod to all the mobs and all of you, the OG that are named. So, yeah, what will the next set of adventures link for us as we make our way out and down? Sun's reasonably low in the sky, so we might be able to make a bit of progress on this first journey. It's been good. It's been great actually. Just make sure we gather that up, which hopefully we have. That's one. So, from Mauvais Adventures in Minecraft. Until next time. Okay then, so it's time to name our two Striders. So the first one, baked potato. And because we had two, John. So both excellent names. Welcome John and welcome baked potato. And so, for the final time here in Antioch, we add our final member to the OG wall. Thank you to all of you that have left messages and comments in the videos up until this point, and therefore are members of the OG wall. A big thanks to Mantiga90, our final member of the OG wall. So, for Mauvais Adventures in Minecraft, for the final time here in Antioch. Until next time.